Hey guys, I thought I'd do a little different video because we've gotten a few new subscribers, so I thought I'd do like a little introduction. The house that you see us here in town, that's my mother-in-law and father-in-law's house. So they live in Juneau. That's where my wife was raised, in Juneau. That's one of the reasons why she wanted to come back here, was because, you know, this was her hometown. And so yeah, after we retired from the military, this is where we settled. So I thought I'd take you. It's a little windy, so the ride might be a little bumpy, but it's pretty clear. So we'll take you to the island and give you a little tour, maybe a little tour of the cabin too. All right, let's get to the harbor. So they put this roundabout in a few years ago, and it drove the Juneauites crazy because they never had one, and people were like, what the hell do we do with this thing? So they sent out some instructions for new roundabout drivers, so they would know how to use it. They're pretty common in Europe, and you know, being in the Army, I was stationed in Germany for 6 years, so I didn't have any issues with the roundabout, but it did cause a little stir here in town. And here's the harbor that we launch from all the time. It's got it's got little slips that you can pay yearly or monthly to park your boat in. And in the summertime, as you can see, like, there's a huge 2-mast sailboat and a big yacht over there. So in the summertime, we get a lot of out-of-town traffic and a lot of fishing boats. But yeah, this is Auk Bay's harbor. So on the way over to the island, we typically see like harbor seals, sea lions, and humpback whales in the summertime. In the wintertime, it's just, there's no whales here. The whales all go down south. But it's fun seeing them in the summertime, because we'll see humpbacks, and occasionally we'll see some orcas. And then this year there was the little baby, and this wasn't on this trip, but I had some footage of the little baby playing around. It's kind of out of focus, but you can see the baby breaching and playing with its mom. It was super cool to see. Yeah, it's windy, so this is why we have our anchors a little shallow, so we can check them in case they get pulled, because right now the lines are getting crossed over because the wind's blowing. So we got 2 anchors down there in the water, and I'll leave a link to how we got everything hooked up. And then we got 2 anchors, or 2 pulleys up here. Those anchors have pulleys on them. These 2 trees have pulleys on them. And basically, you tie the bow line to your outhaul, pull it out into the water, and then here's your base up here, and this is how you tie it off. And for wintertime, we use the trailer. But it's hairy getting the boat on the trailer in the winter because it's always windy like this. But that's it. All right, the boat is tied off, so that's where she'll stay. Well, it started raining on us a little bit, but let's bring the tour on up into the front yard here. All right, so this is going to be our picnic area / fire pit. Then this area back here, that's going to be next year's garden. This is this year's garden. This area right here, this is all going to get cleared out. That's going to be a greenhouse and a little bit more of a garden. And then let's walk up a little ways. Don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying the rain. We needed the water bad. So once we get inside the tree line here, this little area right over here, this is where we're going to clear some of this stuff out right in here. And this is where we're going to have our chickens at next year. Hopefully, cross our fingers. This is our little walkway up to the cabin. The cabin was 16 by 24 feet, 2 stories, and then we add the additional 8-foot by 10-foot entry on it. So we're just a little over 800 square feet now. Gunner's wanting to know what's going on. We put the deck up last year. No, we haven't finished it yet either, but that's on the list, the to-do list. Get Gunner inside here. All right, so this is our little entryway. It's kind of the catch-all. So this is where we've got the boot dryer. This is where we keep all of our shoes. And eventually when it gets all framed in, we're going to have some storage in here. And that's where we can put our coats and everything. Because right now our jackets are still hanging up inside the cabin. Hello, Gunner. Hello.
Hello.
So this is our catch-all right now. And you'll have to excuse the mess, but this is a construction site, so we got tools laying around everywhere. And one thing I think you'll notice is we are short on storage because any tool that's metal can't be left outside because it rusts like that. So all of our pneumatic tools and chainsaws and all that stuff, we keep all that inside the cabin just because until we build like a pretty tight shed, we have to keep everything inside here. Anyways, like I said, this is 24 foot this way by 16 foot that way. We've got a second story, but this is basically the kitchen, dining room, living room.
It's all one.
It's all one.
All one big rectangle.
Here, this is our
I think it's a soapstone.
a soapstone. What's the brand name? Like Hearthstone?
Oh, I don't know. I think that was just the name of the store.
No, I think that's the name of the stove. I don't know. We'll find out the name of the stove, but we really enjoy this stove here. We have a new unique fridge and freezer and a new unique range.
That's been really nice.
And they are both really nice.
Yeah.
Here's the Toyo stove right here. This burns on oil or #1 diesel. And so our next project that's going to be next year is we're going to, where this window is going to be an opening, and that's going to go out 12 more foot. And we don't know how far, if it's going to be the whole length of the cabin or just 8 foot, 12 foot. We're not sure exactly. But that's the first floor. We'll go upstairs. More storage upstairs, so just be warned. But I'll take you upstairs, show you where Gunner sleeps. All right, so this is, once you get up the stairs, this will be our guest room. Yeah, at one point in time, we want to close this off so the guests can have their own privacy. But right now, as you can see, we've got a bunch of tools here, and I got some tongue and groove up here. So this is kind of like the lumber storage that we want to keep dry. And this is where we keep the majority of the tools up here. All right, so this is our bedroom. It's not finished, but it's the closest finished room. We still need to put doors on the closets and trim around the 2 windows. Oh, Gunner. Where's Gunner sleep? Let me show you. Look right down there. Whoop, that's Gunner's bed. Anyways, we got a nice view from up here. The only windows that opens are these little windows, but you know, if there's a fire, we can always either break out the window or you can squeeze out the window. So not much to the cabin. When is it going to be done? I don't know. I mean, we get a little money, we spend a little money. Get a little money, we spend a little money. So the cabin will be done whenever the cabin's done. There's no big rush. It's going to be a few years, I can tell you that. I thought we would just do a little walkthrough, just show you what we got going on. We have finished this front wall here. We did all the tongue and groove on this. These walls here, we just, as you see, we took out a window when we added the entry, but we still got to put the vapor barrier on it. And only because part of it is exposed to the outside. I really didn't need to do like that much of the insulation, but I did anyways. And then put tongue and groove on this stuff. Repaint the door. Put the trim around all the windows. So we still got a lot of work to do, but it's just, you know, one little step at a time. We just keep chipping away at it. Chip, chip, chip. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.